What if your child was taken from you, not because of neglect, not because of danger, but simply because of who you were? This is not a story from a faraway land. It happened here in Australia. For decades, thousands of Aboriginal children were taken from their families. They were told it was for their own good, that it was to assimilate, to civilize. But behind those words was something darker. Mothers left screaming at empty doorways. Fathers powerless as government trucks rolled away. Children crying in strange beds, stripped of their language, their culture, their family, silenced before they even had a chance to speak. Why did this happen? Who allowed it? And how many voices are still buried in that silence today? Between 1910 and the 1970s, government policies across Australia authorized the forced removal of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander children from their families. They called it protection. They claimed it was to give children a better life. But for those families, it was not protection. It was destruction. Imagine being a child, 5 or 6 years old. You know only your mother's embrace, your father's voice, your people's traditions. Then one day, strangers arrive. You are lifted into a car or a truck. You cry for your parents, but the door slams shut. The world you knew is gone. These children became what history now calls the stolen generations. They were placed in missions, orphanages, or white foster homes. Their names were sometimes changed, their languages forbidden, their songs, their dances, their stories erased. Some grew up never knowing who their real families were. For the parents left behind, the pain was unbearable. Some searched for years. Some waited by roadsides, hoping to see their child return. Others died, never knowing what became of them. And through it all, officials wrote reports, stamped papers, and spoke of progress. As if stealing a child's identity could ever be progress. But the truth could not be hidden forever. Survivors began to speak. They told of beatings for speaking their native tongue, of nights spent crying into pillows, of questions that never had answers. Where is my mother? Why can't I go home? Why am I not allowed to be who I am? The effects did not end when the children grew up. Trauma does not vanish when a policy changes. Those stolen children became adults carrying scars that no one could see. Many struggle with identity, with belonging, with trust. Some turned to alcohol or drugs to drown the silence. Others lived in constant search for a family they barely remembered. And the families left behind, whole communities, carried grief like a shadow. Generations broken by the loss of culture, language, and connection. Today, Australia recognizes the stolen generations. In 2008, a national apology was given, but an apology cannot erase decades of silence. It cannot return stolen childhoods. It cannot bring back the voices lost to history. And yet, those voices still call to us. They are in the stories of survivors who finally found the courage to speak. They are in the tears of mothers who never stop waiting. They are in the children of today who inherit both the pain and the strength of their ancestors. A nation cannot heal by forgetting. A people cannot move forward by silencing the past. So remember this. Behind every statistic is a child who cried for their mother. Behind every policy is a family torn apart. And behind every silence is a story that demands to be heard. The question remains, how many voices are still waiting for us to listen?